What's up, everybody? Trader Garage here, and it's about time we finally work on my LS again. It's just been tucked over here in the corner. So you pull this stuff off. Figured it's about time we actually do something on it. I've been waiting for parts to come in. I got my refurbished crank there. It was cheaper than buying a new one, which is refurbished anyway. Put those valve covers down. See, I got everything set up, ready to go. I'm gonna have to move a few things, but it's all painted up. Painted the block black, valve covers black. My idea is to go black. Oil pan will probably just be, the aluminum color, same as a few other things. But then the heads are gonna be Ford blue. So I think black and Ford blue look great. So that's just my plan. But well, I'm gonna pull this out quick and we'll continue the video. There, I got the LS pulled out, cleaned out some of the, the cylinders and stuff. Because, well, I guess you can see I missed a spot, but starting to surface rust in there, so clean those out, get this thing done as soon as possible before the whole thing's shot. But I was gonna go with those original, I think they're LS1 heads or LSX, I don't quite remember. But they only had 189 intake valves and 205cc runners, so I got some 6.0 heads which have 2-inch intake valve and 215 intake runners, so it'll be a little more performance for my turbo application, and it'll lower the compression down to 8.5 to 1, which would will make me more horsepower in the end because I can add more boost, more fuel, and air I can jam in the cylinder without going too high a compression. But that's that. I got cams and stuff coming in the mail, but my plan for tonight is just to get the crank bolted in here. See the crank right here, all shiny. And then I got my pistons over there, and so this should hopefully go smooth and get all that in so I can get everything lubricated up, store it back in this corner until I get cam, heads, all the timing shit. But okay guys, a quick little update. As you can see, I got all my new bearings in, undersized 10 over, and you see I ain't got one in this one, and all these have them except this one. The reason I haven't done this one yet is because I spun a bearing. Well, I guess I didn't. I bought the block with a spun bearing. So instead of getting it line board, which I was gonna do, I would have got it spendy. I got this sleeve retainer and bearing retainer glue basically, and you put a thin layer, on this. You just want to make sure you don't get any in your oil little galley thing, and a little bit on that, and it'll glue those bearings down and it won't spin. So that's what I'm going to be using for that. Hopefully that works pretty well. Then I can, once I get that on, I got an hour, if not a little less, before I can get the crank in and all the mains torqued down. And then after that, I'll be putting pistons in, lubing everything up with some WD-40 or whatever the fuck I find. And this is going to get jammed back in that corner for maybe a week or so. So that's what's going on now. So okay guys, cranks in, rotates easily, but no play anywhere. As you can see, I'm missing a couple bolts. That'll be fine, I hope. But now when I bought the engine, and this one was turned, or had a turned main bearing, and they took the bolts out, didn't put them back in, so I felt that the front, middle, and back are the most important, so I made sure those have all the bolts. And then this one and this one, I just left the middle out and the outside's out on the front. So I hope it'll be fine. I don't have these torqued down all the way I'm at the first part, so when I put the other ones on, I'll torque them down the rest of the way. It should be fine. And I'm just missing 2 side ones, which those don't really matter as much as the main ones, but I decided to put them back in there anyway, in give the block a little more support for the little bit that's in there. It'll help, I guess. So but that's it. Now I just got to put the pistons in, and so hopefully that goes good. Just got the crank in. Well, I guess I already had that in. Just got the rods in, and they're all torqued down to the right spec, and as you can see, she's pretty lubed up. WD-40 the piss out of it, and use lots of oil. I don't want it to rust while it sits here and waits for the other parts to come in. So I'm basically done. I'm going to cover it back up with my garbage bag so it doesn't rust, and I guess I'll see you guys next time.